Mainstream Anime Radio.
I'm sorry, I thought this was a World Cup entrance. That's why I'm doing a little song here.
Oh dear.
Well, this is a little bit of a party for us, if you will, because it is the XAR podcast season finale, June 25th, 2026. I am JR, and as you can see in front of the old bookcase is Mr. Neff Canuck. Hello, sir.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
It's been an eventful month, let me tell you that. I just came back from Virginia last week to hang out with Bri and Mika and friends and family as well. How about you? What's new in north of the borderland?
Okay, so the reason I have this particular background is it's my work background when I do, hearings, etc.
Okay.
Because as of Tuesday, we will be moving locations. Now, the trick is, I have worked at this location where we are currently. This was my first full-time job for over 30 years. Now, to be fair, there was one major renovation in between the 30 years. But for 30 years, I've driven to the same place every day, as long as I wasn't injured or out of town.
Mm.
So today was the big purge in my office, where I'm like, okay, I need to clean out my office and get the stuff ready for the movers to take it to the new location, because they're going to do that over the weekend, leaving us with a bare minimum of equipment and staff for Monday and Tuesday before the new office location opens on Thursday, because we're closed for Canada Day, of course.
Right.
Now, I realized something very troubling in one sense, because in one sense, it's like, wait a minute, my entire legal career, as long as it's been 3 decades, excuse me, fits into a long banker's box, not even legal size. Now, I will preface that with this comment. I digitize all my files. I work electronically, because it's much easier for me to do so. My colleagues, on the other hand, prefer paper files, which is fine, except when you have to move, because now they're scrambling to do one of two things: digitize those files, or get banker's boxes to put those files in to get to the movers to take to the new location. Now, I have no idea how much storage space we're going to be given in these new offices. I have no idea what my office looks like. So I am literally going to be walking in on Thursday into a complete and utter unknown. So if you hear a whimper and or scream next Thursday, you know what it is.
And you don't know about the parking situation either, right?
Yeah, again, I was promised certain things. Now, will those certain things be in place on July 2nd? I don't want to put money on it. If I do, I might end up like somebody who put money on Canada to win yesterday against Switzerland. And again, that was the ultimate divided loyalty test for yours truly, because of course my parents are from Switzerland. They emigrated to Canada in the late 60s. So it's like, okay, the bloodline says Switzerland, where I'm born and lived for, X number of years, it says Canada. And of course, Canada does the thing where they fall behind and then they say, oh, by the way, we're still here. And they score a goal. And I'm like, okay, that's good. And then they proceed to and let the Swiss, take the 3 points and the group win.
You kind of reminding me, if you will, you kind of reminding me in a way, I don't know why it's coming up in my head, of when Germany kind of did Brazil in one semifinal many years ago. Remember that?
Yes. Well, the funny thing here is, as a result of shenanigans on the other side of the group, another group, Canada will be in LA, but facing South Africa.
Okay.
A team that has never won a knockout stage game either. So this is going to be a first one way or the other. Now, originally it was projected to be South Korea. And if it had been South Korea, Canada would be facing, it would be basically a home game for South Korea because of the large LA South Korean population. So I'm going, okay, on the one hand, I'm happy about this. On the other hand, I'm going, how do you lose to South Africa? Blinkety, blinkety, blinkety.
Yeah.
Now, allegedly, I understand that the Korean press asked the coach, did your players have food poisoning? Which could possibly be the only explanation for the way they played, I suppose.
Oh, no.
Well, I don't know if that's true or not, so I'm just saying what I heard, but I'm just going, oh boy, if that were actually true, I'd be like, ooh, that's a horrible way to lose. It's also a crappy way to lose, but I won't go there.
We've seen a few things very weird in this year's FIFA World Cup. A lot of exciting action, mind you. Don't get me wrong with that. But then, nothing weirder, I think, than realistically seeing them play 4 quarters.
Yeah, and the more unrealistic thing to me is that potentially the United States could go through with a full 9 points. I'm going, blinkety, blinkety. Okay, you got a good group. I'll give you that. You have, I would almost say a cupcake schedule, but no, there is some, challenge there. But I'm just going, huh? What the? Uh-oh.
I forgot to turn that off. Bri has resubscribed. Heart. Thank you, Bri. We'll be talking about a little excursion here later on, because there are a few interesting things I want to say about my trip and getting to Virginia and driving around Virginia. So,
yes. I'm trying to remember that song where about Virginia, and I'm drawing a blank right now. There's a song about Virginia, and I'm drawing a blank.
Take me home, country roads. No, that's not.
Bingo.
That. Okay, is that it?
That's no. Wait a minute. Take me. It is. Yeah, I'm going. Okay, wait a minute.
Country roads, which turned into what Ghibli movie was that in? Was that in Kiki's Delivery Service, or was that in another one?
Ooh, now you've lost me because I know what you're talking about. I can see it in my head, but I can't remember the movie.
I came across it on Spotify when I was building all these playlists. Shame on me for forgetting.
Well, I've found some stuff on playlists on Spotify rather than I added to my playlist. I'm going, I haven't heard this since the 90s. Clink, clink, ow.
But let me go through a few things first. First of all, I want to say thank you to everyone who's send their prayers and positive vibes in my direction on the situation with my aunt right now, who's been very sick the last few weeks. Things are not looking good right now. She was moved to palliative care today to help ease the pain and make her more comfortable. So I do appreciate you guys sending prayers and vibes in my direction again. Really, really appreciate it. And I'm sure my family appreciates it as well. So yeah, we think now it's a matter of time, barring any miraculous turnaround. So I'll obviously keep posted on the Discord with that situation. And what else? Yes, it might look a little bright in my room today. I've had to stick the Demon Slayer bottle that I picked up from Kura in front of the lamp because the lamp is not responding to the Alexa Echo system. So I cannot dim the light. I can just switch it on or off. So under the situation, I think I got to leave it on. So I'll just leave that there as a little placeholder until the new bulb shows up.
I'm going to say, okay, now I've seen, things fail in weird and wonderful ways, much like my smart lock did after 10 years with a shearing of plastic gears. Like literally, all I heard was crunch and it wasn't moving anymore. Oh dear. So I bought the same lock from the same company because it's reasonably priced for what it is.
Yeah.
That company used to have a US presence. In fact, the Kickstarter was about that. They retreated to Japan, and their website, when you initially show up, is all in Japanese. And it was a bit of a challenge, first getting to English, great, but then figuring out, the model I needed, and then realizing, oh crap, they want me to buy a new Wi-Fi module too, because they've changed it since, 10 years ago. So I'm like, okay, fine. Buy it all. It's $72 US. But then, and I don't know how this happens, UPS says, we're going to whack you for another 21 Canadian.
Oh, it's
in handling this. It's not CBSA. That's the weird thing. It's the UPS. UPS is charging.
It's a brokerage fee. That's what it is, isn't it?
Yes, but I'm going, wait a minute. It's a smart lock. I swear that the box was no bigger than, I don't know, like smaller than a video card box.
Yeah.
To have the lock and the hub in it.
Yeah. So
and then the topper. I open the box. There are pictograms, fine. All the text, Japanese. And somebody told me this after I managed to get this thing installed. Why don't you just use the camera function on Google Translate? To which I replied, it was after 5 o'clock on a weekday. Brain no worky and didn't think of that.
Oh, so you're blaming it on work now, huh?
Well, like you have your challenges at your job.
Yeah.
I've got my challenges at mine.
Oh, boy. We have to give you some Duolingo lessons.
I want 2 weeks in Japan is what I want.
Little refresher
I put in
course.
For 2 weeks. I put in for 2 weeks in September. I'm going, do I get it? I hope.
Yeah,
I'm going to say, maybe spend 2 weeks in Japan. I don't know.
Yeah, I got a lot of stuff going on in the summer months now. There's another reason, with everything going on, I figure this would be a good opportunity for us to try to do this tonight. And then we normally do a game stream afterwards, but that will not be the case tonight because when we're off the air, I'm going to turn this show around and schedule it to go up to Spotify, YouTube, etc. After Twitch's 24-hour legal hold clears because of the situation room with Twitch. So we got that going on. And something else I wanted to say. We did a little birthday celebration this week for Yumemi, our mascot character, which turned 4-year anniversary for Yumemi. So I want to thank everybody who sent their support for Yumemi this week. I want to recognize a few people. Aldrin did the artwork for Yumemi's birthday, which is posted on our social media. And we have some cosplayers who have been helping us out too this week. Mischievous Duck, we're waiting for Mischievous Duck to send Yumemi photos to us. And as soon as we have them, we'll post them. But Mika, who I saw in Virginia and did a Yumemi shoot with, obviously we got photos from them, as well as from Kessho-Cho Cosplay in the UK. So I want to take a moment real quick. I did ask them if they would be willing to make an Instagram post expressing their thoughts about Yumemi's 4th anniversary. So if you'll permit me to pull that up real quick, we'll start with Mika, somebody who's been following us for a very, very long time. So Mika cosplayed Yumemi, and I took Mika's photos in Norfolk, Virginia when I visited. So I'll read to you what Mika said in their post. Happy birthday, Yumemi. I'd helped develop Yumemi as a mascot for Extreme Anime Radio as they transitioned from the online anime and J-pop radio station I had found randomly in high school to a podcast and Twitch channel. I just sat at my iPad one day 4 years ago as JR fed me his vision for her. He named her Yumemi Butai. Yumemi, beautiful dream, Butai, theater stage or scene, with the first kanji also meaning to dance. Yumemi was a joy to create, and I love cosplaying her, even though I don't dance ballet like the other talented cosplayers that have portrayed her. I don't know if she will ever see a convention, just because XAR was a bit niche at the cons I frequent, but never say never. Sarah and Yumemi at a convention, Neff?
That sounds very interesting.
Well, yeah, we've tried to make that happen. I think we've had a few instances where we've had cosplayers that have done both characters or one or the other show up and meet up together. We have instances like Mika and Reiko doing a Sarah Yumemi cosplay sort of away from the convention scene a little bit, but not at a convention. So I want to thank Mika for what they do to help, and also Kessho-Cho cosplay. So this is one of Kessho-Cho's Yumemi photos that she did. And the theme on this is Yumemi is number one. That is why she is holding the number one balloon. And this is what Kessho-Cho says. Yesterday marked the 4-year anniversary of the wonderful mascot for Extreme Anime Radio, Yumemi. As one of the 2 lovely characters I get to cosplay for this amazing company, I really enjoyed getting to dress up and celebrate their number one mascot. In her eyes, at least. Yumemi and Sarah have always been 2 characters I can relate to, and this green-haired gal was introduced as a game person and as a ballet dancer. How more in sync could we be? So, another thing in real life, Kessho-Cho and Mika share in common is their love for the Zelda franchise. It is a core part of their lives, I think. So, yes, and Kessho-Cho told me that once the heat wave dies down in Europe, she will go out and do some more Yumemi photos. And as we come back on camera, thank you so much to Yumemi and I'm sorry. Thank you so much to Mika and Kessho-Cho for cosplaying Yumemi for us for this wonderful celebration. And Neff, talking real quick, apparently, yeah, you're having a wonderful time enjoying the World Cup. Mostly good weather conditions here, except we had that one weather delay a few days ago in I want to say Philadelphia. You want to go on in that, and then I'll tell you what I was going to say.
I was going to say minor weather delay being, very understated, because basically it was like pouring rain, thunder and lightning. And I'm going, okay, that's when you tell all the players off the pitch and you tell all the fans, get away from the stands because they're metallic. Bzzt.
Yeah. Well, minor isn't saying that was the only such instance, my understanding of anything getting delayed at this tournament. But then you go in Europe right now, and good old climate change rearing its ugly head because Europe is apparently trapped inside a heat dome, or that's like a weather phenomenon they're calling for excessive heat that is being trapped over a wide area for a long period of time.
Yes, in fact, I was kibitzing with someone on Reddit who's in Paris, 40 Celsius.
Aye.
Without the humidity.
Well,
I'm going, at that temperature, I'm boiled.
Yeah. I'm gonna
There's nothing left of me.
I want to see what Kessho-Cho told me the temperature where she was today. 32 Celsius, where she is in southern England, which it's the equivalent to almost 90 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah, that's pretty close. I think, yeah. Oof.
Yeah. But thank you again to both of them. Yes, again, like I said, I want to give my thanks to Mischievous Duck. We're waiting on Mischievous Duck's Yumemi photos, which we will post later. And yes, as far as the summer goes, after we're done with this podcast, we'll be on a little bit of a hiatus. We'll see what happens with my move upstate. We'll see what happens with my family situation. But definitely something that I want to do is do some more streams like we did with Mika earlier this week. We did an escape room that was Portal themed in the Escape Simulator Steam game. Last week, Mika and I went to an escape room. Mika has done a lot of the escape rooms in that location, except for a few. One of which was the one we did, which was the James Bond 007 themed Casino Royale room. So you have to solve the identity of I think somebody who was trying to infiltrate MI6 or something like that. But it was pretty cool. You have to figure out. You have to play blackjack. You have to play craps. You have to play roulette. So yeah. I
see this one was a bit of a gamble.
Yes. And I spent some wonderful time with Bri, Bri's family as well. And I drove all over the place in my self-driving Tesla. Ooh. That was an experience, Neff.
Again, as I said to you, in private messages, I said, look, my car drives itself. I barely trust it. Mm-hmm. I would trust a Tesla far less to do more. Like just, whoa, just no. If I wanted to have someone drive me, it would be flesh and blood right now. Thank you very much.
Yeah, exactly. When I was doing the self-driving, I sort of sometimes lightly had my hands on the steering wheel, depending on what was going to happen. More so if I was in like, off of the highways and stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll quick little story about my self-driving system on the Ford, which is called Blue Cruise.
Right.
Now, this system tells you that it can stop and then start again if traffic becomes heavy on the highways.
Right.
So I decided in driving back from that event I had to go to for work, okay, my shoulder's bugging me, the video's crap, so I'm just going to let the car do the driving once I get on the highway. So I do that. But then we enter the construction zones. And let me tell you, the first time the car says, okay, I'm going to slow down. I'm going to slow down at my pace, not yours. My foot is hovering over that brake pedal, and I am about to mash it through the floor because I'm seeing that semi-truck in front of me, and I'm going, I don't want to meet you.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to meet you. But to its credit, it did slow down. It did come to a dead stop, and it did start again, and I didn't have to bless the thing. So I'm going, okay, now I'm starting to trust this.
Yeah.
And now I'm starting to not regret paying $650 Canadian plus taxes for the year's worth of the thing.
Oh, gee.
Yeah.
What I did with my self-driving, I had some instances where, it's like, I'm asking, why is it doing this? One instance is where I'm in Norfolk when I'm driving on a local road, one lane in either direction. And all of a sudden it pulls over and stops. Why? Because way in the distance, there is a fire truck with the sirens on coming this way. So it pulls over for emergency vehicles.
Okay, that makes logical sense. But if it's so far away that you can barely see it, I'm going, okay, this car is more paranoid than I am when it comes to the driving.
Let's see. Situation number 2. I'm on the interstate going to Richmond. We're down to 2 lanes in that particular section, and we're in traffic. And I'm in the driving lane on the right. All of a sudden, the Tesla yanks over to the right a little bit, creeping into the shoulder. What are you doing? And I see on my left, there's a nice little motorcycle buzzing down the middle of the highway. I pulled over for the motorcycle.
Okay, so the motorcycle's doing the illegal lane split, and the car says, okay, well, I don't know. Maybe it's legal in Virginia. I don't know. But it decides, okay, you know what? Rather than splatter the motorcyclist who's doing something that may or may not be legal, I'm just going to shove you over and make you crap your pants.
Yeah. And then the third thing was heading to the supercharger to charge up the car. And I think Bri remembers this. A big piece of trash. Oh, that was with you. Oh, okay. You were with me when that happened. Okay. All right. I thought maybe it happened on the way to Richmond, but yeah, you're probably right. I also remember she was going with me to the supercharger near the hotel we were staying at, and we have to take this back alleyway to get to the supercharger. That's how it drives us. And it's like, why are you doing this? In the middle of the road is a big giant bag of trash, and goes right around it.
Okay. Well, as long as it didn't, threaten to scrape your mirrors, your side mirrors trying to do that, okay, fine.
Yeah. So all in all, it was a very good experience. I could definitely, maybe I give it a few more years, but I could definitely see myself considering a Tesla when it comes time to get a new car. Long drives seem to, it relieves you a little bit. You still have to pay attention to the road. That goes without saying. Even if they say one day, one day we want to make things completely autonomous so you can sleep at the wheel while it drives. I'm like, no, we're not going to get to that point with me in the driver's seat. Thank you very much.
I was going to say that reminds me of the old joke of, how Grandpa passed away in his sleep quietly. Unlike his passengers who were screaming when they drove off the cliff.
Oh man. And Bri just pointed out, yes, when it tried to go, it can, self-park as well. It was about to park into a supercharger that had like 3 people sitting on the ground next to the car that was charging, eating a meal. So I had to put the brakes literally and back into another space.
Well, it appears that, the Tesla wants to eat its own.
In that case, you might as well eat in the car because you can keep yourself comfortable in the car, definitely.
Well, I meant the car was going to, eat its own.
Yeah.
But yeah. Or it's learning from Mustangs. Mustangs do that all the time, leaving cars and coffee, splatter people.
Mm-hmm. And so Neff helped me do the math a little bit based on the supercharging that I paid after the trip was over. And I want to say it was around $55 to supercharge. Now, granted, I was a little more willing to charge more often compared to what they suggest, which is normally you let the battery run further down. I was charging anywhere between 30 and 50%. But the final charge was about $55, I think. I did about 500 miles of driving, all said and told. And we did the math that amount, assuming that gas is $4 a gallon, which I think now around here is just a little bit less. But assuming $4 a gallon, we gained about 100 miles of driving by charging as opposed to going to the gas pump because I think the gas mileage equivalent for, say, a car like the Subaru that I have, that would be $400 worth, or no, 400 miles worth, if that's what I mean. So 400 miles, in that situation versus 500 miles I got on the Tesla on this trip. So the Tesla won out.
And that assumes that you're not forced to, now, of course, the government has said in the US, you can have up to 15% ethanol in your gasoline.
Yeah.
Ethanol is the biggest scam going when it comes to the energy density versus gasoline. So you're cutting gasoline with something that's less energy dense. So you go a shorter distance with the same amount of gasoline, using air quotes, that is, infected with ethanol. See, you can't infect electricity. It's the same whether you're, getting it from your supercharger or if you're crazy enough from your 110 volt outlet.
Right.
And I say crazy enough because that's only 1 kilowatt an hour. So if you're charging a car like mine, which is a 91 kilowatt hour battery, you're looking at from empty, you're looking at over 3 days.
Yeah.
No, you don't do that.
So that was fun. It was a fun experience. It was another experience me getting to Virginia because it was the day after some severe storms. My flights out of LaGuardia got canceled. Delta rebooked me into Kennedy Airport or out of Kennedy Airport to fly to Virginia. So, number one, I had to exit the club area, go back down to baggage claim, ask for my bag, which I had checked in, take it, go to Kennedy, check that in again, run to the gate. And Delta will not give me $100 for the Uber ride it cost me to go from LaGuardia to Kennedy at the height of the afternoon rush hour.
Okay, they forcibly rebook you at a different airport. And they somehow magically expect you to, what, be transported there? This isn't Star Trek. You have to get there.
Yeah, exactly.
Oof.
Light speed ahead, Mr. Scotty. Warp speed.
I cannot do it, Captain. She cannot take it anymore.
But I finally got there, had a wonderful time, escape room with Mika, hanging out with Bri, and then Bri and I drive back into Mika's direction. We see Mika's partner. We go to Dave & Buster's. We build up our points, which tickets, which I think we've accumulated for quite a long time. Right, Bri? On the cars that I have. So, yes, wonderful time. I think the only downside was that they got rid of their DDR machine at that Dave & Buster's.
Oh, dear.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised.
So now we have...
else would give you a good workout.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I have the other card. I think they gave me the other card back, yes. Because I had two Dave & Buster's cards that I brought with me. And one of the things I still hate is that you cannot cross the American cards with the Canadian cards.
To be fair, they are separate systems.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when I hear people complaining about their Ford Pass on their Ford vehicle in the United States, saying it isn't working. Meanwhile, up in Canada, where it's a separate system, we have no problems.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just one of those things. If the computer systems are separated, in this case, it's Dave & Buster's have two separate systems.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be like that. So you just have to remember which is the Canadian card, which is the American card.
The Canadian card is the one that has the maple leaf on it and the edge there.
There you go. Or it might have both languages.
English that's right. I gotta look that one up. Something else we did, and of course, this is where we'll talk about anime because this is the Extreme Anime Radio Podcast. We haven't been talking about anime until this point. We saw Smoking Behind the Supermarket with You, the whole mini-series that they released on Crunchyroll. Oh boy, Sasaki cannot catch a break.
This guy in the anime anyway. Now, being fair, this is not the full series. There are still 12 more mini episodes to go, from what I understand. But as far as we can see right now in these 12 mini episodes, this guy, if a clue was planted in front of his face, if it was explained to him, and if it was explained to him by the most loquacious, slow, perfectionist, the clue would go over his head so high it would have airline tickets.
Yeah, it was actually quite fun to watch with Bri, all 12 mini episodes. So if I read correctly, just to refresh everybody's memory, I think the situation is the actual anime those episodes are going to release as full length, like 30-minute airings in Japan starting in a few weeks. So the 12 mini episodes we saw on Crunchyroll comprise the first 6 episodes. So if we follow that sequence, would I be correct to assume that it would either be more mini episodes or we'll get more full episodes as they air in Japan, which means if I do the math correctly, we're looking at the second half of August before we see another episode?
This I don't know because I haven't heard.
Mhm.
All I can tell you is if they follow the manga, you're going to get some new interesting characters, several of which will make your brain go, yikes.
And still, as I mentioned before, I like how in the manga, instead of it being chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, it's smoke 1, smoke 2, smoke 3. I think apparently now, according to the Wikipedia article I've seen, they've gone up to 56th smoke, and there are plans to go to a 62nd smoke.
Now, I know there's supposed to be an episode released this month. I don't know if it's been released on Manga Up. I'll have to check that because I think it said the end of the month, so I'm going to be checking that out because again,
Okay.
for a series that originally the whole premise turned me off, and I'm like, no, I don't want to deal with the S word. I don't because of family having whatever.
Of course.
But it's like, okay, this is so well written and so well acted that I can actually say, okay, fine. Now, as I said, given the subject matter, I do not see this ever getting translated in English. No way. Okay. Unless it is marketed as 18 plus.
Right.
And which honestly might work because I really don't think, again, subject matter aside, the problem is, again, there are so complex character interactions that, yeah, I would tend to bump this up a little bit. Not because of anything lewd, but because they touch on certain things that, can be, like overwork, like, harassment, like bullying, etc., which can be a little for people.
Yeah, there's some elements of that we can see too, I think, right?
Oh, definitely. Like I said, I believe there is that one scene where that guy harasses the female MC, and it's like, oh, dude, you're lucky I'm not there.
Yeah,
because I have a persuader, and I might be tempted to use it.
But no, definitely a good series. But I can see your point about maybe, they probably have to get a little more bigger warning aside from, the small words smoking that appears on the corner of the screen when each episode starts.
Yeah, again, the Japanese are much more, although they are, from what I understand, slowly catching up with the rest of the world, saying, hey, wait a minute here, this is not good. Right.
So, and then real quick, just browsing some recent anime news about new animes that are going to be in production now. If you ever wanted to learn about mahjong, apparently there is an anime in the works now based on a 4-panel mahjong manga. Gokigenyo Ikyoku Ikaga. Good day to you. How about a game?
Well, considering there was that anime about, I believe, Othello, what we call Othello,
right?
I'm not surprised.
Okay, right. I think
the Japanese tend to do that.
Yeah, I would be interested in seeing anything like Othello, Japanese chess. Because Japanese chess has different pieces that work in different ways. It'd be interesting to see how that works. There is also an American anime that has been announced. Let's see. Yeah, let me read this correctly. Joker Laugh Riot anime from DC Studios and Warner Brothers Animation.
Okay, so they saw what happened with Suicide Squad Isekai and said, okay, give us more of that. Okay.
Yasuhiro
I still haven't seen
Aoki
that,
will
by the way.
direct. Mm-hmm.
I still haven't seen Suicide Squad Isekai, by the way, because there is no service, subscription service with it. You have to buy it outright. The only place you can buy it outright right now, from what I understand, is Apple TV.
Mm-hmm.
So like,
yeah, Joker Laugh Riot will follow the Joker on a violent crusade to find Batman's killer. And then they've announced 2 other series for I guess for television or streaming. One is called Absolute Batman, and the other one is called Crypto, Krypto.
Yes, Superman's favorite dog, who at least in some continuities does have superpowers. Now, you can imagine the average dog. Can you imagine the average dog with superpowers like flight, invulnerability, super strength, and the kind of havoc they would create?
Lassie.
Not Lassie. No. Let me go this way. Lassie might chase a car. Crypto will chase the car and drag the car back with them by the bumper.
Wow.
That's for Absolute Batman. I've seen the comic book and I've gone, it's a take. Not a take I'm a fan of, but hey, it's a take. And it's selling well from what I understand. So, hey, there's an audience for it.
All right.
Bruce Wayne looks like Bane. It's like, ugh.
Anything else you've seen in your anime and manga perusings?
Nothing really new that's... Oh, well, there's actually one that I've been reading that's a little more accidentally mature, about growing overpowered farmer. And it's like really bizarre. Guy gets pulled into a fantasy world. His skill turns out to be farming cultivation.
Right.
Now, the group he's with and him are supposed to train up to fight, the big bad. They leave him to his own devices. They literally abandon the guy at one night, and he has to literally survive on his own. And the weird part is the cultivation skill gives him some weird power-ups, like absolutely bizarre. One of my favorites is he has a hoe, like a farmer's hoe, that he can literally use like a broadsword, like just destroy everything. And it's like, wait a minute, this is getting really, really bizarre. And then his female companions. The first one that he meets is essentially, well, let's put it this way. The mini ones he meets first, mini rabbits. Okay. Now, what do rabbits love more than anything else?
Carrots.
Bingo. He's a farmer. So what does he grow?
Carrots.
Bingo. So, of course, they take to him like, ducks to water. These are the mini ones. The mini ones call in their queen, who is, similar size to him. And let's just say, the jokes about rabbits. This manga artist takes them to the nth degree.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Like I said, it is very much a mature audiences only.
Yeah.
But it's just like, okay. And the harem grows, etc. And it's just like, okay, fine. Logic? Sort of. Storytelling? Okay. But ultimately, at the end of this, oof. Yikes. And there are a couple that they seem to be picking up a theme here where it's like, okay, you've got this king or prince, whatever, who is seen as this cold, ruthless bastard, for lack of a better word. And then the female MC comes along and discovers that, no, he's not the cold, ruthless bastard you think he is. He's just socially awkward and, let's bring him out of his shell slowly so that he, can interact with people and not immediately scare them into thinking he's going to have them beheaded. I picked up a couple of series like that, and it's going, okay, it works. It's fun, it's fluffy, and oh, speaking of fluffy, There's one that I picked up, A Girl in Her Cute Pajamas. Now, this is about a slacker who the ace in school has to go to get her to do her homework
I see.
with the eventual goal of trying to get her out of the house. Now, he eventually does, but there is a twist to this story. And it's actually pretty scary. There's a reason why she basically, plays house hermit.
Mm.
I want you to read this one if you can find it. If you don't have manga up and you can find it, some other way, read this one and keep reading till you get to that moment.
What's it
And
called?
I just went, let's see. I want to give you the exact name. So give me 1 second while I pull up the app.
Okay.
Because I want to give you the exact name of this thing because I want you to read this. Let me just see.
There's something to do on the days off of work upstate for sure. If I'm not flying,
definitely.
if I'm not flying Flight Simulator or doing something else like that.
Aha. Let's see. Oh, and there's another one I want to talk about really quick, but I want to give you this one first of all. Let's see. At Home with a Girl in Her Cute Pajamas. Okay. Now, there's another one called Owl Night. That's OWL Night.
Mm-hmm.
It's about a host club.
Oh.
No. Well, okay. But let's put it this way. The male MC who gets dragged into this thing, let's just say he doesn't actually dress as a male host.
Ooh.
And leave it at that. I want you to read this because it is purely bananas. And the more characters that they introduce, the more you're going, okay, this artist is either on drugs or wants to be, because this is an insane premise for these characters.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, one of them is actually a Yakuza's daughter working at this host club. And she's the one that drags the male MC in there by slapping him with cash. And I mean physically whack with a brick of cash.
Oh, gee.
To get him to come in. To get him to come in. And that's just the sort of shenanigans that go on with this story, which was apparently a webcomic first before it was turned into a manga. And it, like I said, it's quite lengthy as far as it took me about 5 days total, about an hour a piece to get all through it. And now I just, every episode, I'm like, okay, how much crazier can this get? Okay, that much crazier. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And there are some heartwarming moments. I'll give you that. I will give you that. There are some heartwarming moments to go with the comedy, but the comedy is the main menu piece.
Okay. So 2 of them, and I got to figure out, manga up, manga decks, or manga up, manga decks will have them, right? You said?
No, this is manga up. This is the paper. Okay. Now again, I buy the all you can eat, so it's $7 Canadian plus taxes.
Okay.
For all the manga I can actually, try to read.
Mm.
There's another one. There are 2 actually that have the theme of scary looking female lead.
Oh.
One of whom is a complete social introvert. The other one, she's just scary looking, and she runs her mouth. But to the male MC, she's completely like innocent, docile kitten.
Mm-hmm.
The first one is my favorite VTuber is scary in real life. Well, scary IRL. The trick is that this VTuber is, quite tall and, got quite a complex as a result of, some past trauma about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then the one I'm talking about is Hayamiya is scary cute. Like she looks like a complete badass.
Right.
And is a complete badass if you cross her. Like you make her mad and you're ending up in the hospital. But the male MC, who is her kohai or junior, she's completely, infatuated with the kid. So it's like, okay, it's fun.
I was reading what Caldwell posted, the passing of DeVay Chase. who has been actress for, since as a child, voicing Chihiro in Spirited Away. Sad passing for her at 35 from health issues. So, I've been reading about several passings with people related to the anime industry in the last couple of weeks. So, I do remember. I think that was one of DeVay's starting roles, and also did Lilo, I think, right? From Lilo and Stitch?
So. Yeah, I think so.
Lilo and Stitch, I pronounce it, yeah. Mm-hmm. So
Lilo, tomato.
But yeah. So we are at the end, Neff. Another season done. This is the 13th season. And hopefully we will come back in the fall with the 14th season. We didn't have a lot of episodes with everything going on in my life since the beginning of the year. But I hope you've had fun with these shows.
Oh, it's always a blast. You let me just, say whatever's on the top of my head. And since my head has no filter, no hair,
it moves off the screen too. Yeah.
Let me see if I can get my this way. There we go. It's not. Oh, whatever. No, it's the same thing like fighting with this new lock. I'm trying to figure out, how to make it do what I want. I mean, it does mostly what I want, but now I'm trying to figure out how to get it to open and close by voice. Because when my hands are full, I would really like to be able to say, open a flipping door. My hands are full. But then I still have to open the the actual handle, but at least I'm not futzing around with a lock.
Right. I wish you good luck with that. I know technology in your house is a very important keystone, if you know what I mean.
Indeed. As I say, I like to try out the new stuff first, because frankly I need it to keep up with you.
But yes, another season in the books of the podcast. Once again, we'll turn this episode around right after we finish. So no more streams tonight after this, if you're watching us live. And then schedule will be up in the air, depending on what happens the next few weeks. Then maybe we'll try to go back and see what we can do. I may also, while the podcast is rendering, Neff, I might go over to Steam, because their Steam sale has started for the summer. So usually the twice annual sale of big discounts.
Yes, it's like, but it seems odd that almost everybody has started their sales. You have Steam, you have Amazon, you have Nintendo, although frankly, given their price structure, I think Nintendo doesn't know what sale really means compared to some of the others, but that's just my opinion. Take it for what it's worth.
Right. And they're increasing the Nintendo Switch membership in Japan now by a few hundred yen to keep up with the exchange rate, I think.
And it wouldn't surprise me if they will come after us, both of us in North America, both in Canada and the US, because Nintendo likes money.
Yeah.
And I can understand that. I like money too. I just don't like giving it to people unless I have to.
I might be giving some of my money away to the developers of a new plane that came out for Flight Simulator today, and see how it is. It is one of the top short-range commercial airliners of the 1990s, made by a Dutch company, which starts with the letter F. Do you know which one I'm talking about, Neff?
F-O-K-K-E-R. I knew you were going to make me try to say it, so I'm going to spell it for you.
We'll just say it's the F-70 and F-100. So if they come out well, maybe we'll put a Sarah Yumemi look on the plane and fly it for you for a future stream, depending on how that goes. But yes. Oh, what are you thinking, Neff?
We could call it the FU stream.
Yes, when JR plays Flight Simulator and bores everyone to death, it's the FU stream.
Ouch. Ooh.
Yeah. And on that wonderful note, folks, the closing commentary.
If you have any questions, concerns, compliments, or complaints about this podcast or any of our Twitch streams, please drop us a line at extremeanimeradio@gmail.com or hit us up on social media. Go to linktree.com/animeradio. There you'll find our Instagram account, our mascots Instagram account at XAR Mascots, our Facebook page, our Blue Sky account, our YouTube channel, and our Twitch channel. And the archive versions of this podcast are available at xarpodcast.net or your favorite podcasting platform.
So please follow us on social media for all of the latest. Maybe if we're able to, depending on how my laptop sets up upstate. Oh, by the way, I'll show you this real quick. My new little toy for the laptop is the 5-fan cooling pad. Can you see all 5 fans there, Neff?
Yes, and I'm going, wait a minute, there are a lot of fans there.
So this will replace the one that I have now, which is about 6 years old. And what's cool about it is apparently it can lift up from the back and keep your laptop in place. So if you have a laptop like mine where the screen can fold all the way back, and you can lift up this stand with the fans, and there's anti-slip pads on there. So you can lift it up, and so when you're watching something on your laptop or doing Flight Simulator, you can look up instead of looking down like that. So I figured, sometimes with my back issues up there, I get some back problems, and that could be one of the reasons. So hopefully this will help mitigate it.
Oh, you just reminded me of something now. For the next 2 days, Monday, Tuesday, I won't have any monitors at work. They expect me to use the company laptop with the crappy screen that it comes with. I have already said no. I am going to use VDI on my personal laptop, which has a second screen.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've shown you it before. And I'm going to be saying, okay, at least now I'm not doing this to look at the screen, and it's, muted color scheme. Whereas, I can look straight ahead and not turn my eyes into, sashimi.
But no, I thought you were going to say pen and paper you're going to need to use for a couple of days.
Well, if it comes to that, I'm going to tell them I'm working from home because I can work from home much more efficiently than trying to use pen and paper. I got news for you that.
Well, I wish you good luck with the rest of your move, Neff. Hopefully, I'll have a good move too. And thanks, everybody, for all your kind messages in these last few days and weeks. As per usual, at this point, I want to give my thanks to everybody for their support of XAR. Everybody involved, including Bri, including Lizzie, including Karam, and Caldith, who always joins us for whatever stream that we do, be it Flight Simulator or Jackbox or Nintendo or anything in between. Really appreciate your help. And of course, the people who help us out with the mascots, including Mika, including Kessho-Cho, and also Mischievous Duck, whom I mentioned. All the artists involved as well. We really appreciate your support as we continue to tell the wonderful stories of the characters of Sarah and Yumemi. So, folks, that is it for Season 13, and that is it for tonight. Thank you so much again for your support. Please follow us on Discord for the latest updates, and you'll know when our next stream is going to happen. But in the meantime, for Neff, I'm JR, and as is the tradition, we say thank you for watching and listening to Season 13 of the Extreme Anime Radio Podcast. Until we see you for Season 14, remember,
keep on looking out for the Extreme Radio Podcast, and don't forget, let me try that again. Keep on looking out for our Twitch streams. And you want archive versions of our podcast? Please hit up xarpodcast.net or your favorite podcasting platform. Good night, everybody. And for those of you who suffer from triskaidekaphobia, that's the fear of the number 13, please join us again in September. Good night.
Add that to your dictionaries, folks. Good night, everybody. Thanks for watching.
We are Extreme Anime Radio. The Nero Band Station.
Extreme Anime Radio.